Hello and welcome. Okay, this is to the last mindset training in the Gemma Waller Facebook group of 2021. Yeah, so I don't know about you guys, but this year has absolutely flown by, and it's been full of lots of ups, a few downs, but yeah, it's been an absolutely amazing year. And I started the year in a very different position. I was running my own Facebook group. I only had one business. I now have two. I've actually achieved a huge amount this year that I'd planned to achieve, but also many things that at the start of the year actually weren't on the cards. And that's the amazing thing about business and about life and about setting goals. And whilst I'm a great believer in, a fresh start, I truly believe that we don't have to wait for a new year to begin in order to actually be able to set goals for our business and for our life, but also to achieve the things and make the changes that we need to make. It is an ongoing process, and which is why I'm a huge advocate for support. It's why I do what I do, and it's why I engage with the people that I do as well, because none of us can do this alone. And I've seen lots and lots of posts, this time of year. It's time to reflect definitely on what we've achieved throughout the year, but also looking forward. The thing is, okay, so do you struggle to follow through on your goals? This is the thing. Many people set New Year's resolutions. Often we give up, we fail. There's certain things that I set out at the start of the year to do that I didn't actually manage to follow through on. And the reason why we often fall short of our goals or give up is because willpower is limited. And when we set ourselves a target, we put a line in the sand or set ourselves a target of what we want to achieve. Often we focus too much on what that end result will be and not enough on what we need to be doing in the moment. And whilst goal setting is absolutely the lifeblood of coaching, it's what I advocate for the process of coaching and of building a business. The thing is that where we actually achieve is in the moment. So have you got big dreams, but never seem to get quite close enough to them? How did you start 2021? Was there a goal that you wanted to achieve and didn't manage to do it? What did you achieve? Yeah, because I'm sure that many of you, if not all of you, would have achieved a lot more than you've even remembered or realised. So that process of reflection is very important. But in order to look forward and actually begin to work on what's going to happen in the future, what we actually need to be doing is looking at the changes we can make in the moment. So instead of saying, for example, that your goal is, so for example, if your goal is to create more income, for example, that's a broad thing, isn't it? It's a big thing. So how do we do that? How do we actually achieve it? What we need to do is actually become the person that achieves that thing. So rather than focusing on the big picture too much and on the end result, what we need to be doing is thinking about the changes we need to make in the moment. And this is often where many of us fall short. So willpower becomes it's quite a limited resource. What we actually need to do is to create behaviours and consistency. There's a kind of a pain point which you need to go through in order to actually make a change. But once we begin to make those changes and focus on taking the action in the moment, we become far more successful and get further towards our goal. So the reason why we struggle, the reason why many of us fall short or give up or change direction, so the seven big struggles. So fear is a big one. Fear can often pop up and distract us. Many of us fear the actual success because success or a change or a goal usually means something becoming different. And many of us, even subconsciously, will fear what's changing, particularly if we're struggling. So if you're struggling, if you're working lots and lots of hours, if you're putting in a lot of time and effort into what it is you want to achieve, to work on your business, and life is busy, isn't it? If you're already really, really busy, working towards something that could potentially mean a big change, we worry because we don't know what that change will be. Motivation is also a big one. It's limited. Many of us, women particularly, we're a bit of a slave to our emotions, aren't we? And our energy levels. I talked in the group yesterday about my mojo coming back. Yeah, so honestly, it was gone. I don't mind that now because I'm more aware of it, and I love that feeling of when it comes back. So it's a kind of a bittersweet thing for me. But many of us will get certain points in the day, in the week, in the month, in the year, where we feel like we're done. I sent an email out, I just need a minute. I just need like everything to kind of just slow down for a bit. And Christmas is often a really busy time of year, and that can really compound that feeling of lack of motivation. So motivation is limited, in as much as it comes and goes. So what we need is cool behaviours, consistent behaviours that can kind of keep us going throughout that. Belief is also another trigger for why we give up. Again, limiting beliefs. Yeah, the worst or the most common opportunity for a limiting belief to pop up is when things start going well. If they're not going well, we have different issues to deal with. But when things actually start to work, that's when limiting beliefs can really start to scream at us. And time is the biggest issue when it comes to achieving our goals, because what we need to be doing is combining doing with planning, and often many of us think we haven't got enough time to plan because we're too busy doing. Making changes, working towards new things, it takes time, and we have to divide our time in a very careful and productive way in order to be able to keep going. Without tools, without strategy, without learning how to do this. So this is something I've had to learn to do. It's something I teach my clients to do, is to notice all of these different things that are popping up that distract and get in the way. That little voice, that little internal voice that says, oh, you don't really want to be doing this, or it's just a lot of effort, or it's not really working. All those different things, to be able to to get perspective on it and to reframe it. So working on social media, for example, so I began the year saying I wanted to make Instagram my bitch. That was what I started the year with. I didn't really know what that meant. Certainly didn't know what it entailed. What I did know was that it was going to take a change for me, because working online, I struggle with many of the same fears and struggles that many of you deal with. It is a day-to-day thing, and for me, it was a bit of a love-hate relationship with social media. I'd got to the point in my business where I appreciated and knew how important a tool social media would be. But there were lots of things I didn't know about it. I didn't actually know how to do it. I hadn't really grasped scheduling social media, for example. And when you can actually get your head around planning, I was very good at the content. I was very busy, with my head down, hiding, creating all this amazing content. But what I wasn't doing was showing up, stepping out of my comfort zone, and truly appreciating what social media is really all about. And so I knew that I needed to actually start to create some really good behaviours that would help me to kind of push past that icky feeling, and learn to love it. We talk about learning to love the online space. We don't say that lightly, because when we love something, we show up for it, we find enjoyment. And what I had to do was find the parts of me that loved creating and transfer those into social media. There was lots of other things I had to learn as well, but it was all about consistent behaviours. And whilst I'm a huge planning geek, that really was something that was quite helpful for me. It was something I still had to learn. So the thing is the solution in order to achieve goals. So by all means, we absolutely have to set goals. We have to know where we're going. We have to set the direction and the destination. We have to know what it is that we really want to get done, but without overthinking it too much. But the trick is to actually focus on the behaviors in the moment. So you have to become the person who has or does the thing that you want to do. So I wanted to be somebody, I wanted to make the most of my social media and start making it work for me, for my business. Okay, so I had to be a person who planned. I had to be a person who's prepared to learn. I had to be a person who appreciated and understood the purpose of what social media was all about. The behaviors I had to create. So becoming a person who even when I don't feel like it, still shows up. That was a big learning curve for me, and that is a behavior. We don't, if we're only waiting for the days when we're feeling absolutely amazing and unstoppable, so that's not going to get consistency. So what I had to do, because often what would happen is that I would only choose to be visible when I felt comfortable, when I felt confident, when I felt prepared. Being prepared is a very close sister to perfectionism. So I had to lose that. I had to sidestep it, get past it, and be somebody that was okay with getting it done, making it, for just to be okay. So showing up even though I didn't feel like it. So that's who I had to become. So my question to you today is, who do you need to become? What is it that you want to achieve in the next week, in the next month, in the next year? What is it that you need in order to be able to do that? Do you need a change of mindset? Is there a behavior that you need to create? Is it accountability that's going to actually help you to be that? So are you going to become a person who focuses and prioritizes mindset activities that help you to overcome, the things that we mentioned, like fear, motivation, excuse me, and belief? Are you somebody that needs a plan, who needs to plan in the behaviors in order to actually get it done? Are you somebody that needs to tap into accountability to have the right people around you? What's missing? Who do you need to become in order to achieve that goal? So I'd love to hear what your goals are for this year. I've got a few that I want to get done, and mostly what they overall what they entail is about even more about taking back my own time. So continuing to get social media to work for me, continuing obviously my client work and helping as many women as I can to actually achieve in their business, to get more clients, to get more income, but also to safeguard their time as well for family and for themselves. So my goals for this year are very much about getting things to work more smoothly, choosing what I want to do. My big goal for this year is I only want to show up and do the stuff that's fun. That's what I want to do. I want to do this. I want it to stop feeling like a slog. And I'm a fair way there. But doing the things that are really, really joyful, because business, it can be many, many things. It absolutely needs to be fun and it needs to be joyful, because that's what keeps us going. Okay, so who do you want to be? Who do you want to become? Who do you need to become in order to achieve your goals? I'd love to hear what your goals are. Drop them in the comments. Please let us know and share in the group. If you are watching this, then thank you for joining me. If you're watching on replay again, please just leave me a hashtag replay or a little comment or a smiley face, thumbs up, whatever you need to do. Leave me something to let me know that you've been here. And if anyone's got any questions at all, then please do let me know. I offer free discovery calls, as you know. You can start booking now for January, and I'd love to to chat with as many of you as I possibly can, because I truly believe that this community is going to become an even better, more resourceful, amazing place for you guys to learn what you need to learn and to keep going, to create those behaviors, to understand business in a way that makes it really, really work for you. Okay, so I'll drop some links to the VIP as well. We've got some absolutely incredible things coming up in the VIP club this year. Gemma and I are setting out a process, a 6-month process, taking you through every step of what you need to learn and what you need to do in order to really, really raise your visibility, get more clients, start getting more engagement, and make it easier. That's what it's all about, making it quicker, making it easier. Gemma and I, you know, we love social media. We are not on it 24/7. You know, every month passes, I think I spend less and less time on social media because the time I spend on it is effective. And that was the biggest learning curve for me, and the greatest thing that I've achieved this year. And we want to share all that with you. We've got so much we can teach you in the VIP. It's a great community as well. But yeah, there's so much to learn. Lots of tips and tricks. We share a lot in the Facebook group, I know, but there's, you know, come to the VIP. Yeah, you absolutely. Yeah, you're going to get to hear all the little tips and tricks that have helped both Gemma and I and our VIPs, yeah, to really start to get social media to work for them. And yeah, and that's the goal, isn't it? Okay, so have a super new year, whatever you're choosing to do. I know lots of people who are choosing their pajamas this year. Yeah, absolutely. So we're off to the beach, which is something that we haven't done before, but we wanted to meet up with friends, and yeah, so we chose the beach to do that. So I'm looking forward to it, and fingers crossed the weather holds out as well. So whatever you're doing, have a wonderful time. We will be back with a vengeance for the new year next week, and yeah, and with lots and lots of amazing things to share for you. So have a wonderful time. Thank you all for being here this year. You've made it a very special experience for both Gemma and I. And yeah, we will see you in the new year.